Awesome. And we are back. Welcome to the PT Graduate Podcast. My guest today, Mr. Robin Taylor. How are you, Robin?
I'm good, mate. How are you?
I'm very well, very well. Thanks for coming on today, and I really appreciate your time. I know obviously we're a little bit hamstrung with being locked down, so it gives us time to do a few more of these things, which is quite cool.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah, exactly. And as I said before we started recording, was that my curiosity about this new brand BFT training was the reason for making contact and wanting to have a chat. And I guess we can come to that, but let's sort of do a bit more introducing and find out a little bit more about you and what you do. So you're currently at Haurora Wellbeing Studio, which I'm now familiar with, having spoken to Heather in a previous episode.
Yeah, I saw that. I actually when you reached out to me, I got a little researching done, and then
Cool.
and I watched the podcast you had with Heather on it, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm at Haurora at the moment. Just kind of got to meet them shortly after I left a place called Habitat for Fitness.
Yeah.
And just kind of we struck a chord with each other, and just vibe with each other, and figured out hey, we'd be keen to jump on and help you guys out, and take my client somewhere. And they were awesome space there. I'm not sure if you've ever been there, but yeah,
no, not yet.
Yeah, man, you definitely have to go.
Okay.
Lovely the way they set it out. It's quite a small personal space. Perfect for like small groups and obviously my personal training clients as well. So
sure.
Yeah, it's been a couple of months with them actually, and awesome. Hopefully a couple more with them as well.
Brilliant. So so you say you were at Habitat before that. So take me back. So where did it all start for you? How did you get into the industry?
Quite a way back actually. I mean, for a lot of personal trainers like myself, they all started at school, just playing sport and getting amongst that.
Yeah.
Just being quite an outdoorsy, hands-on kind of person. And from there, actually in high school, I used to train a couple of my friends, just because I just love the human body aspect of it, and I just love learning exercise and stuff like that. And then it just became kind of like come to me and I'll give you some exercises to do when we go out into the gym on a
good
Wednesday or a Thursday afternoon,
Yeah.
And then I was kind of like a little bit of a limbo after high school, and trying to figure out what to do and find my feet and where to go. So I went and did a diploma in sport and rec.
Yeah.
Going into the 3-year degree side of it didn't really interest me at all. But then I kind of shortcutted and went into personal training personal training course. And here we are.
Cool.
Shortly after that was employed by a place called BodyTech.
Oh yeah, I know. I remember. Yeah.
BodyTech gym up in Mount Eden, Newton Street.
Yeah.
Spent quite a long time there. I think about 4 or 5 years there actually. And then it just got to a point where just need a little bit more kind of career progression and something a little bit different. And kind of I got the 3-year itch, but then made that 3-year itch last another 2 years. So I kind of finally was like, okay, this is about
Fair
time
enough.
for me to move on. And then Habitat came calling, and they were only open for a couple of years beforehand, so they were still quite fresh and new. And stayed with them for about 4.5 years, and this year decided to move on and see what else is out there.
Yeah, good for you. And that's what took you to Haurora.
Yeah, that's what took me to Haurora. They were just up the road. I just needed a quick place to take my clients and then figure out my next step as well.
Sure. Yeah. And so there's a big emphasis on the group training at Haurora.
Yeah, we try to. Look, Haurora's so new. We're still, I think, finding our mark in the fitness industry, and obviously it's not helped with all these lockdowns and all of this. But group training is what we're trying to really establish ourselves with. It's such a good, fun place. We want to try and just bring in all kinds of different group training, whether it be like CrossFit style, whether it be cardio style, whether it be hits, whether it be even just kind of like coming in for seminars and doing nutritional workshops and stuff like that, so it's just trying to figure out what it is that Haurora really is within the industry. And then I think once we establish that, and obviously things will change as the fitness industry changes. But yeah, we're trying to get hit into that group market. And I think the group market's such a big thing at the moment, social interaction with all these lockdowns and stuff, people are craving for that social interaction. So if we can tap into that group community kind of thing, man, it'll work for anybody,
I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We need that connection, don't we? We're not designed to be isolated like this for long periods of time. It just doesn't feel right.
I go crazy, man. I'm just every day I'm just craving to try and I try and limit the amount of Zoom calls I jump onto, but every time I do jump on a Zoom call, it's quite fun, and hopefully we don't have too many of that, but it works for now.
Yeah. And so the different people that are at Haurora all have sort of areas of speciality, I guess. And I noticed yours is sort of the biomechanics and the functional training. Is that an area that you sort of spent a bit of time sort of, just investigating and looking at biomechanics and obviously practicing?
Yeah. So, I think for me, my real passion lies in the kind of bringing the high performance and the high intensity kind of like science of it all and making it so much more accessible to just everyday people and just anyone. So the biomechanics, I love looking at how every different person has a different squat, every different person has a different deadlift or movement, and how to coach that and how to bring the best out of that person. And I think that really just developed back at BodyTech. They do a really, really good thing where they have modules, so they don't actually kind of qualify you until you've gone through their own training, which is really, really cool. And it's so extensive. It's so crazy. They've got, I remember when I first learned, I had to learn about, the origin and insertion of the bicep and what movement it does. And then the 10 different exercises that you can work your bicep with and what's the best one. And it was just so much information that, it just helps. And you might not never use that information, like a bicep curl is a bicep curl, but having that information in your head is just so good. And so it helps with all the exercise prescription that I use for all my clients. And it's so good because, like I said, everyone's so different, and knowing how to manipulate the body and knowing how the body works, and then being able to adapt it to each different person is something that I really, really love and quite passionate about.
Yeah, fantastic. And that sort of ties in with the functional training in terms of things like TRX, suspension training, those sorts of ways of deploying it, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, exactly that. Different ways of deploying the same movements. Not everyone wants to pick up a barbell and chuck it over their heads and do all that crazy stuff. So it's finding what's best for each person. Chucking a barbell on someone that's never walked into a gym is quite scary and not realistically a good idea.
No.
But teaching them how to control their bodies with something like a TRX is a perfect tool to help them just gain a bit of confidence, gain a bit of understanding of their own body, and then you can progress them on. So using all these different types of mediums, and now, the fitness industry has got an array of different things we can use to get the same result, and that's quite cool as well. So.
Absolutely, it is. I love the TRX. One of my favorite tools. Not just the multi-functional things that you can do with it, but just the fact that you can chuck it in your bag and travel with it as well.
Oh, so man, makes it so good.
Yeah, I get all my guys through the TRX so that they've got that ability to keep moving when they're not at home and doing their normal thing, or if they're stuck in lockdown and at home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We I think I remember the TRXs when I was at Habitat when we started the first lockdown, and we were renting out our equipment, man, the TRX was
gone.
It's just such a convenient tool. Take it anywhere, take it on holiday, take it home, chuck it onto your door, chuck it onto a tree. Like, it's just perfect for whatever. And you can just do so much. I mean, it's not just your normal, do a pistol squat, or do a squat, do a row, do a push up on it. Like, there's so many exercises you can do, and it's so much fun to just like make stuff up on it as well. You know? And no one can tell you that you're doing it wrong, because I mean, that's how it was made up. You know?
Exactly. Freestyling.
Exactly.
So that sort of brings us on nicely to BFT, I think, because it's a relatively new brand, and it is an Australian franchise. Is that right?
Yeah. So it's relatively new. I mean, it's newer than F45. It's been around for a couple of years in Australia, and branching out to different countries. I think America, Canada, and like Singapore.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. And so they came over here, I think a couple of years ago with, don't quote me on this, but I think Hamilton was one of the first ones.
All right.
And then suddenly, I think as group fitness has really taken off, and the need for spaces like BFT, or say F45, which really works, the need for those kinds of like just tight-knit community group training classes where everyone's just vibing out. Like, I think that's what, especially New Zealanders really like, the community aspect and social aspect of it. I think that's why it's really grown here. So they just come over, and starting to take over, I guess.
So I guess I don't know a lot about it. You know, that was kind of the first thing that the first time I saw it, when there was some promotion going on with on Instagram, and it sounds as though, you know, BF, so body fit training, is there an emphasis on, you know, body weight exercises, or is that just a name? Where does that name come from, and why?
To be sure, man, I'm not too sure where the name came from.
Okay.
Body, I think, it's more, it's just all over body fitness, you know. I think we think about the body, or when we think about fitness, a lot of people fixate on just certain areas, you know, do the strength training and do the cardio, and that's all I need. And then you get up into like the elite athletes and stuff like that, and you work on things like metabolic conditioning and athletic movements, and single leg, bilateral, unilateral, all those kinds of stuff. And what BodyFit does really well is take all of that science and all of that stuff that makes all different facets of fitness really great, and bring it and merge it into one. So with BodyFit, it's not just an emphasis on body weight movements. It's strength and conditioning using barbells, proper squat techniques. So our MO is having group led classes, or group training classes, but for the price of like PTs, and having like the best trainers and the most qualified trainers take you through, so it feels like you are in a personal training session while you're in with everybody else and doing the same thing, and getting the same results, and some awesome results as well.
So is it set up with similar to F45, or is the ratios different, so the classes are smaller, or how do you achieve that?
So classes right now, like, you can get pretty big classes. It depends on the space that you've got. Right now, I think there's up to about 30 people per class, maybe even more. And it is set up a little bit like F45, but just that kind of step further. So we do 50-minute classes. We work on a range of different skills, different modes of fitness in our classes. All the classes are pre-prescribed, just like F45, but with a really big emphasis on kind of like the science and the backing of it, and the tracking of results is our big thing as well. Making sure that every person that comes in has got a heart rate monitor. They get points for workouts that they do. We have Inbody scans. so full body kind of fat scanning and stuff like that we do, nutritional seminars that we do. Every workout or every we work in blocks. So you do a 12-week block of this type of exercise, and it could be like our strength block for 8 to 12 weeks.
Gotcha.
And then you go into like a cardio block or a conditioning block or something like that, and we work like that so that people can, when they come in, they step through that door, they start at one spot, one place here, and they can see themselves really working towards their end goal and seeing the results each time, every time they come in, every week, however many times they want to get their scans done. So we have tangible results for them to see every single time if that's what they like. For the other people that don't, that's all good. You come in, you smash it out, you feel good, and they keep coming back. And even if they don't track it, they'll see the results. They'll walk out happier, they'll feel better. You'll see their movements, whether it be a squat or a kick through or a jump. It gets so much better. And that's also another way of tracking for themselves and for us.
Sure, that's good. I like it. Is that using the MyZone technology for your heart rate monitors, or something different? Yep. Yeah. Would that be the brand leader in that space with that technology? There are others, aren't there?
There are others. I think MyZone is probably one of the best ones. To be fair, I'm not well versed in the MyZone and the heart rate technology and stuff like that. So I imagine so the MyZone is probably one of the leading ones. And it's just so good. It just works. Like, it's got all this stats on there. When you pop yourself up onto the screen, it's got all the heart rate colors that you need to get to, and it's all got all your points and your heart rate on there. It just makes it. I think that's one of the ones that works the best with all the different kind of like your Apple Watches and your Garmin's and all that kind of stuff as well.
Right. Okay. Smart. So you can use it on other technology as well. And so they buy them themselves, don't they? Do they own their own heart rate monitor? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that one, actually. We're actually going through. Sorry. Each member, owns their own one.
Yeah.
So when they sign up and stuff, they'll get their own heart rate monitor. We lock them into the system, and every time they walk in, they just need to pop that on, and they're up on the screen.
Brilliant. Yeah, smart. It's a great system, really great. I mean, it just gives you that instant feedback, doesn't it?
It's all about just making it as convenient and as easy as possible. Like, no one wants to come in and like fiddle around with trying to make your heart rate monitor work, and the trainer's talking to you and you're trying to do this, and things aren't happening and things aren't connecting. So it just it just takes all of that guesswork out of it. You walk in, you're ready to go, bang, and then you walk out, stops, see you later.
Nice. So your role at the BFT in Brown Space, you're going to be in charge of all the other trainers, right?
So I guess it's in charge, but it's not really. Like, we're a full-on team. Everyone's got their own strengths and stuff like that. I just kind of facilitate and help them kind of help it run. That's essentially what I do. And all the trainers, man, they're like, we've got some awesome trainers that are coming through that are all leaders in their own kind of field, in their own right. And it's just a good little mix of different personalities, different skills, which is a really cool thing for a gym to have. So like BodyFit, we've got obviously so many different types of fitness that we do, so cardio, the HIIT, the strength. So having different people that are well versed in different things makes us just oh man, I'm frothing at it, man. Like, it's I'm so excited to have these guys on. So.
Chomping at the bit, waiting to get out of lockdown.
Exactly. And
fair enough.
For me, it's just a matter of facilitating these guys and making sure that they're happy, and making sure the place is running smoothly, and that's kind of what I do.
Yeah, nice. So is a facility that'll be open 7 days? What are the hours that you can access it?
So we'll be open Monday through Sunday. Sundays is our rest day, so mandatory rest day, but we will be putting on some kind of yoga, relaxation, So we're going to be teaming up with a couple of different people to just offer that up on a Sunday. But Monday through to Saturday, yeah, we're full on with classes. So morning classes, morning block classes, through to about 10:30. And then, break. And then from 4:30 onwards, we'll be doing classes as well. So 3 classes in the afternoon.
Gotcha.
Monday to Friday. Saturday will be all morning classes. And
it's pretty busy schedule. Sounds like, is there a limit? Like, can you, I mean, there'll be those exercise nuts, right? He'll sort of just sit and go, oh, I want to do it all. But how do you moderate that with clients? You know, how do you help them find the balance? Because obviously there'll be people who need to do more, but then maybe it's those who need to do less. Yeah,
I think the one big point for us is that makes us kind of a cut above is the really getting to know the members and making sure that they're screened as well as possible. We know all their injuries, we know what motivates them, what drives them, how they like to work out, all that kind of stuff. And then not just letting that information just be off in the background. So utilizing that information every single day. And you know, there's going to be people that want to try and work out every single day or even twice a day, you know, and it's just a matter of talking to them and making sure that they understand the relevance of rest and what they're, and drilling it back to their goal and what they're trying to achieve, and making sure that they understand as much as possible how to get the best out of their body. And that's what the coaches are there for. For the other people, you know, like you can come to a class every single day and that's fine. You know, we have, that's the way we've structured it out, is that, you know, on Monday you might have the strength, on the Tuesday you might have the cardio, on the Thursday you might have conditioning. So it's something different every single time. The only time you'll be doing the exact same thing is if you come twice in one day. So there's not really like the, oh, you shouldn't come every single day. We encourage that, you know, and it just depends on whether you're getting enough rest, whether you're getting enough food, how's the body feeling, and that just comes down to that relationship with the members and the clients that are coming through, and making sure like we're here to just get the best out of them and bring out their potential, you know. And then there might be the one or two that probably don't listen, and and they'll get to a point in 3 or 6 months' time, they're like, oh my god, my body's so sore, I've got an injury, blah blah, and you're like, well, I told you. But that's
part of the course, isn't it? There's always going to be those people.
Exactly.
So whereabouts is this going to be in Browns Bay? Have you got a site?
Yeah, we do. So we just got the keys this weekend, which is really exciting. And ripped down all the for rent signs and stuff like that. Which is quite fun. Yeah, we're on 20 Clyde Street.
Right, so main street, right?
Main Strip, man, main Strip. Yeah, we're right next to, in between the Wacanoodle, I'm pretty sure. It's the old Winds building that was on Clyde Street.
Winds, right. Yeah,
the old Winds building. So yeah, no, it's gonna be really awesome. Like a good opportunity for people that are working on that strip, if they want to come in the arvo in the morning before they start work and stuff. There's a whole bunch of apartment complexes and stuff. So yeah, we're ready to take over, man. We're ready to just get into that TV, just show our faces and just get everyone on board and have some fun.
Awesome. You've you've certainly got a growing audience in that space down there, haven't you? And it's a stunning suburb. I love Browns Bay. You're going to be able to give F45 a bit of a run for its money, I think, because they've had it for too long, haven't they? Had it too good for too long down there.
Yeah. it's realistically only like 50 meters down the road, but you know, I mean, at the end of the day, people will go to where they feel comfortable and stuff like that, and
exactly.
You know, we're not really competing. We're not really trying to be like, hey, you know, we're better than you guys. It's just more just we're here, we're ready to take over, and we've got this product that's you know, hopefully will help you guys on your fitness journey better. And I think that's the way to reach people. You know, it's less about competition these days, and you know, trying to one up everybody. It's more just like, just bring out a really good product and make sure you're doing it right, make sure you're doing it ethically and with integrity, and people will flock, man. People will see what you're doing, and they'll love the vibe, and they'll love being with you and seeing the journey that you're on. And that's the way that we kind of plan to smash it, man. Just get into the community, just hang out and vibe.
Yeah, no, I like it. I think you're absolutely right. I think there's enough people out there for everybody, and it's about growing that pie and making it more of a normal thing, isn't it? Rather than stealing, customer from here to there. It's about, well, actually, as you say, you've got a great product, and it's about attracting those people that will fit with that product, and helping everybody out there, just improving the health statistics that are pretty average in this country out there, and doing your bit for the economy as well, I guess.
100%. Like it's getting, like, it's learning off everybody, like I said, there's so many fitness gyms out there. There's one popping up almost every month or so, so it's, and there's so many fitness professionals out there as well. It's a growing fad over the last 5 or so years, to be a personal trainer and to be a fitness professional. And there's so much information out there, so why not use it? Why not come together and try and just, it's at the end of the day, we're in the business of helping people.
Yeah, that's right.
We're not in the business of trying to be better than this gym and that gym, and my technique is better than your technique. It's whatever helps that person get to where they want to be. And like you said, lowering the statistics, obesity statistics, mental health, all those things, and we can do it with this small section of fitness. And I think, I mean, it's got a long way to go, but if we can do anything that can help just bring that fitness community together, we'll do it as much as we can.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great message. That's awesome. Well, you've been doing this a while, you've definitely, you've got the experience and the knowledge to do it. And I look forward to coming and paying you a visit, because I get down to Browns Bay every so often. My wife works in Browns Bay, so you never know. Perfect. She could end up coming through your doors herself.
Yeah, man. Exciting.
And building on that, as I said, you've done this for a while. Any tips of some of the things that I like to sort of round off with for listeners is, tips for those who are listening who, may be less experienced or may not have had the same experience, and that have sort of helped you succeed with what you've done over the years. And obviously you're dedicated to what you do, and you're passionate about it, and that's very, very clear. But what's worked for you in Robin's world? So what sort of things have you found that you've put into place have gone, that's something that's made some success or helped me thrive?
I think for me the biggest lesson I could probably, lesson or kind of advice I can give, and it's for members and trainers alike, or just anyone really, is it's go at your own pace. Like I've been in this for 8 to 10 years or something, and only now I'm getting to a position where I'm really like at a job that I wanted for all of my life. Being a head trainer and training trainers and stuff. That's what I wanted to do from the very get-go. Yeah, it's taken like eight or so years to get there. It's and I could have fast-tracked it. I could have like really wanted it right then and there, and it might not have worked out. And I've had a few forays into management and into those kinds of areas of fitness, and it's not worked out. And I've come out of there, either it's not worked out with me in the business, or I've stepped away from him being like, hey, I'm not ready for this. And it's all about just taking your time, and it will come if you just practice what you're doing. That's that same with being in the gym as a member or as a person. It's your results aren't going to be fast tracked. Your body doesn't work like that. You got to take the time to rest, to recover, to do the right things. Research what's best for you. Try what's best for you. If just because an exercise doesn't feel right then and there doesn't mean it's not good for you right now. Take your time to understand the exercise and work through it. And it might be your favorite exercise. I mean, I used to hate squats. I don't really understand the idea of it. I used to be the leg extension, leg curl, grow the big quads. That's how we're going to do it. And I didn't really like it. And it was only until, like, you know, I practiced it and learned the biomechanics of it and learned how to do it properly. It took time, and now I love it. Now it's my favorite exercise, you know. And I think that's it. And always, unless, you know, is just take your time with everything.
Yeah.
You're not on anybody's you know, time frame. You know, you're on your own. And you know, we want, like, society wants everything like done right here, right now, you know, and it's okay if, you know, I go back to like those, you get all those kind of like memes or those quotes about, you know, Hugh Jackman only became a huge star at like 43 years old.
Yeah.
You know, what's his name? Ian McKellen, you know, he's this old and he's still doing what he loves. You know, it just takes time, man. And you just got to hone your craft. Be true to yourself and just keep working on yourself, and things will come.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest thing that I try and live by as much as I can. And yeah, things will work out, man. Things will work out.
That's awesome. I like it. That's a good one. I've never had that, never taken that approach, or never thought about it from that angle before, but you're absolutely right. And it applies to us all.
Yeah, everyone's in a rush. It's weird. Everyone's in such a rush.
I know, you're right. You're right. Yeah, they are, aren't they? Everything has to be done fast, and everyone has to be busy, and that isn't necessarily the case.
Yeah, clear. Yeah, and awesome. if you are noticing that you're doing everything in such a rush, you know, even if it's one or two things in your life that you just take a little bit slower, like, it will just give you so much more satisfaction, I think. Just being able to, you know, how much joy do you get from like finishing a project that you've been doing for ages, and you're like, oh my God, I've finally done it. And you just get that like sense of like accomplishment and success, and it feels good, you know. And I think a lot of things should be like that. You know? It doesn't have to be a rush. If you do it too fast, you know, you lose out on the journey and the fun and the success that you get at the end of it, just because you've just gone, all right, sweet, it's done, another task ticked off, see you later, bye.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, that's an awesome note to finish on, Robin. I really appreciate it. It's fantastic. Thanks for those pearls, and really great to find out about your next adventure. So I look forward to coming and knocking on the door and saying hello.
Yeah, cheers, Rich. Thanks for having me on, man.
No problem at all. All right, catch you next time.
Look forward to seeing you.
Cheers.
See you later.